had a thought today that I wanted to share with you. I had quite a busy day, and it reminded me of many countless times where I get immersed in my day and I just forget to. I forget that I'm immersed in my day. What do I mean by that? Uh, Obviously, when we're busy, we're just focused on the things that we're doing at that moment. All right. And I kind of promise myself, look, Desh, whenever you have a busy day, don't lose sight of the fact that you're trying your best. Don't lose sight of the fact that you're working hard. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're trying your best. But I forget that especially if I'm having a really busy day. And so therefore, what happens? I put pressure on myself to get those things done. And I beat myself up when I don't get those things done. And yeah, the thought came that I wanted to share with you. So imagine a pressure cooker. Okay. Uh, we're going about our business. We're immersed in life. We have 1,001 things to do. We are busy. We don't even have time for ourselves. We're just trying to grind and get all of these things done and hit our goals. And in some cases, hitting your goals is a luxury. Like you're so busy doing the things you don't want to do. You're trying to get through that until you get to the point in the day where you have the time to do the things you do want to do. All of us experience that. So you imagine a pressure cooker and all of these things are going on and the pressure's building and building and building. And if you go ahead and open that lid, it's dangerous because the lid could just fly in your face. The things will just explode outwards all of a sudden. If everything's locked in and then you all of a sudden release it, there's going to be an explosion. Everything's going to just jump out. Everything's going to be mess, absolute chaos. Because you can't just open the lid like that. You have to release the pressure. You have to release the steam. So seeing a pressure cooker where you unlock the valve and the steam starts getting released, like, all of that steam starts coming out. It's looks scarier, it sounds scarier, but it's actually much safer because that pressure is being released. And then you can go ahead and take the lid off. And so what is the point of this? The point is, have you found your valve? Have you found the thing that helps you to release pressure? Particularly if you are going by every day with busy work, busy life, if you have a family and many other responsibilities, if you're caring for people, all of these things that you have to do to look after others before you can even have time to look after yourself. And how often has it happened by the time you get to the end of the day and you have some downtime, you just crash. You're like zombied out. You just want to escape. You just want to escape. So you don't really allow yourself the attention and time that you deserve to replenish your energy, to unwind, to relax. You just end up like a zombie state. You can't think. You don't want to think. You just want to put on the TV, put something, mind numbing, and then go to bed and you start the day again. One of the things that can really build up for us in this whole process is anger. Even if we don't consider it to be anger, it's definitely frustration of working hard and you're exhausted, and that frustration just builds up and the anger just builds up. Okay. And the way to release the anger, one way is just to take that lid off. Go ahead and take that lid off. And what's going to happen? You're going to scream, shout, whatever. And while that's an outlet for the anger, technically, it's an outlet because you've released the anger, there's going to be longer term negative consequences to that. There's going to be longer term negative consequences to just lifting that lid and having everything that's been built up released. Because it won't be understood. It's too chaotic to really be understood. But instead, look at how can I take this pressure that's accumulated within me and release it in a healthier way, in a way that there's not going to be this chaos that's arisen from this pressure that's built up. And the way to do that One of the ways to do that I cover in a previous video, and you can click to watch that video, is reflection and gratitude. Is one of the pillars for mental health, is reflection and gratitude. Being grateful for what you do have. Being grateful for, if you have a health, being grateful for your health. Being grateful for your opportunity to make choices about aspects of your life, to choose what you want to focus on. Now, you may not feel you have choice over the thoughts you have, but you can learn how to assign your attention to specific thoughts and away from other negative thoughts. But that's a skill. You can do it. That's the good news. The bad news is it takes some time because it's a skill you have to learn. You have to, first of all, unlearn what you've subconsciously learned through your past of listening to that critical voice, the internal judgment, those feelings of frustration, they're all adding to the pressure that's within you. And by focusing on gratitude, taking energy away and focus away from those negative thoughts and putting them into thoughts that serve you, that make you feel good about yourself, but that also apply to being more productive and taking actions that will serve your life generally with regards to what you eat, your exercise, your physical health, putting goals, working towards those goals, building your relationships, all of these positive things, all of these factors that help us to have a sense of a fulfilled life. By doing that, you are recrafting the way that you process your emotions and your thoughts for the better. And gratitude is the ticket to be able to do that. And I've seen examples of, in my personal life and in public life, where people seem to have this realization of gratitude and the power of gratitude and are able to focus on all these positive things and are able to put negative things aside once it's too late. Once they get that life-changing diagnosis, once their health is at stake, once they've been told they only have 6 months to live. These are kind of classic stories you hear about where it's then that people make a significant change and start living a life that is kind to themselves and start having these realizations. But it's only when it's too late. It's only when they've been given life-changing news. And the thing is, you have that potential already now. Instead of allowing those negative feelings and that judgment to fester within you, to build within you, where one day that lid's going to come off, you can find the valve, the way to release the steam, the way to release the pressure in a healthy way, or in a way that minimizes the negative consequences it has for you. And gratitude is an amazing way to say, look, I've had a rough day, I've had a rough week. I keep going through the thought in my mind of what I don't have or why I should be in this position and I'm not yet. Look, what do I have that I'm grateful for? Name 5 things you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my ability to walk. I'm grateful for my ability to go out now for a walk, go to the gym. I'm grateful if I wanted to do some exercise. I'm grateful if I just want to sit down and do nothing. I have that choice. And many people don't. And it's amazing what happens when you're in a position where your freedoms are limited. You've been given news that's changed your life. And then you get the perspective that will help to address probably the stress and anxiety you're feeling right now. But the perspective is there, it's available. You just have to be willing to understand what it takes for you to get that perspective. And understand that while it might feel, life is overwhelming, the pressure's building, it's hard to escape, by the time you have some time for yourself at the end of the day, you just want to turn on the TV and switch off. Understand that you have that opportunity right now to conserve your energy and place your attention on the thoughts that will serve you, or at least away from the thoughts that are draining you. And through developing this skill, and you can do that through meditation, through reflection, through like a gratitude journal, you will be better able to find a way to release all of that frustration and all of that steam. And then what's left is the things in your life that you want to focus on. And it's all within your control. And sometimes life can get so overwhelming to the point where it's hard to do that by yourself. You just sometimes don't know where to start, and that's why counseling is available. And if you're not sure where to start, you can contact me for a discussion. We can chat about what's going on for you and what changes you want to make in your life, because you deserve those changes. Thanks for listening.